Ninth straight week of gains for the Dow, and that's not happened in 20 years. Let's get to the Jussie Smollett case. His character will not appear in the final 2 episodes of this season's Empire. Meanwhile, Senator Kamala Harris, who called the case a modern-day lynching, that was at first. She's made a new public statement. Here it is. Like most of you, I've seen the reports about Jussie Smollett, and I am sad, frustrated, and disappointed. I did not hear an apology there. Here's my opinion. The media made a big mistake, rushed to judgment. Deliberately they did it. They simply wanted to smear our president, slime him by associating him with this attack, fake attack. Come on in, the founder of Walk Away, that campaign. Brandon Straka is with us by popular demand. Ain't that right?
I think so.
I saw you yesterday on Kavuyo. I like the style, so I thought I'd bring you in.
Awesome.
And I think you'll agree with me here that this was a disgraceful attempt by the media and politicians to slime our president. Where am I going wrong?
You're right. And you know what's so shocking about it? It's the very first time they've ever done this, accused the president of being a racist.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, it's been 3 years of this. And, you know, watching that comment from Senator Kamala Harris, I really think she's sad and disappointed that he got caught. I think she's sad and disappointed that it didn't work. She is one of my least favorite candidates for president this year. And the reason why is because I think that a Kamala Harris candidacy is going to be identity politics at a level like we have never seen before. I mean, she actually recently just pushed through an anti-lynching bill, acting like this is like very important, legislation that needs to go through right now. So the last lynching we had in the United States was in 1981. But this is a woman who wants to keep racism in people's minds. She wants to keep division in people's minds. And this Jussie Smollett hoax was pay dirt for her to push through, this type of idea.
What do you think should happen to Jussie Smollett?
Well, I think that he should be,
prosecuted, right?
He should be prosecuted, but I think he should also be prosecuted for a hate crime. I think he should be a hate crime against Trump supporters, and this is something that we should be talking about. Another thing that we need to be paying attention to, any of us on the conservative side, I'll say, is not to let him off the hook. I think we need to be steadfast here, because what the left is going to do, I'm speaking as a former liberal here, so I know the playbook. What the liberals are going to do next is say, well, this is mental illness. They're going to put him back in the victim basket, in the victim category, by saying, anybody who would perpetrate such a hoax, and then stick with it, not even apologize, but he's still saying, I didn't do it. Obviously, there's mental illness here, and this person's a victim.
You just put your finger on something which really annoys me. That is victimhood.
Yes.
Desperately clinging to victim status constantly. I think that's really wrong. Now, I've got a multiracial family.
Yeah.
I have a black grandson. I've got an Asian daughter. I've got 6 kids, 9 grandkids. It's the all-American family from all different parts of the world, races and religions all thrown in. I vigorously object to the idea that any of my children are victims. They are not.
Right.
They're young kids. They're young Americans. Come on.
Yeah, what's so funny, though, like what you just said, the average, I think, person on the left would never even bother to ask those questions. If they got to know you, they would just say, you're privileged, your children are privileged, you're a privileged white man with a privileged white family in America, and you'd have to say, listen, my family is multicultural, which I think is, by the way, representative of most American families.
It is now. It is
yeah,
yes,
these days it is.
That's true.
And you're right, but the Democratic Party can't exist without victimhood. Liberal ideology can't exist without victimhood. I mean, this is what it's based off of.
Yeah.
So without victimhood, they're cooked.
You founded the Walk Away movement? No, I'm not familiar with it. What is it?
You're not familiar with the Walk Away campaign? I've been on your show before to talk about it. No,
well, a man of my age has no memory. Is that clear?
The Walk Away campaign, yes, I'm a former liberal and a former Democrat party devotee, and I started something called the Walk Away campaign for this very reason, because...
Yes, I remember it. It's coming back to me.
There it is.
It's coming back to me, okay.
No,
you walk away from liberalism, walk away from
the Democratic Party. Yeah, the reason why is because I'm ashamed to say that I voted for Hillary Clinton, and I thought that she was exactly what our country needed. I believe the liberal media.
Well, what turned you around?
Well, I discovered how dishonest the liberal media was. I believe Donald Trump was a racist. I believe that all his followers were racist. I was one of these crazy Jussie Smollett kind of people. But what happened was somebody presented me with a piece of evidence that very clearly showed how the liberal media had completely lied about Donald Trump, that he didn't call Mexicans rapists, that he didn't mock a disabled reporter. That was the big one for me. And once that my eyes were opened, it wasn't a day and night thing. It was shocking. But over the course of 2017, I did a lot of research. And what I discovered was the liberal media was lying to me. The ideology of liberalism is a lie, and the Democratic Party, it supports all of this. And I had to walk away from all of it. I'm encouraging everyone else to do the same.
How many people you got in your movement?
Oh, 400,000 on all social media platforms. Yes, please go to walkawaycampaign.com. Check us out.
Walkawaycampaign.com. Thank you. Stop laughing at me. Hey, Brandon, it was a pleasure to have you on the show.
It's always great to be here, even if you don't remember it.
Next time. What do you have for breakfast this morning? Where do you get the energy
Coffee.
from?
There you go.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you.
The Retail Ice Age has been a story we've covered.